Hello students. So in this session we are going to learn the new chapter, that is lesson number 3, prehistoric society, about the evolution of the society, how man has evolved and how everything has been improvised, that we are going to study here in this session. First is about, we are going to study the history, how it is divided. History is mainly divided into 3 major periods, that is prehistoric period, proto-historic period and historic period. These are the main 3 divisions. See, in our first lesson we have studied about history, why we need history, what are the sources of history and its importance, right? The same way here again, history, it is divided into 3 major periods. Then how it is divided into 3 major periods? It is divided into 3 major periods depending upon the availability of sources, written records. As we had discussed in the first lesson, history, it is mainly dependent on the sources available, right? We had studied in that first lesson. The same way here, the 3 periods, that is prehistoric period, proto-historic period and historic period, this is divided depending upon the sources available, depending upon the writing proofs available. So how it is first divided? The criterion used to classify the above 3 periods is the availability of script or writing. As I said earlier, these periods are, or the criteria of this division is depending upon the writings or depending upon the scripts available. The next is, the period in which no records of writing is found is called as prehistoric period. Actually, see, when we do not find any records of writing, that particular period is called as what? Prehistoric period. The same way, the period, for example of that prehistoric period is Stone Age. The same way, the period that has a record of writings but it is not understood by the succeeding ages. Once it is been written, once it is been recorded, the next upcoming ages have not understand their scripts, have not understood their writing. Such type of a period is called as what? It is called as proto-historic period. Example of that period is the period of Harappan civilization. Next, the third period is historic period, that has a distinct record of writings and can be read and understood by succeeding ages. Means, see, the period where all the distinct records have been maintained in the form of writings and it can be read and it can be understood by next upcoming any of the ages. Such type of period is called as what? Historic period. Let us know in detail about it. What they have given in detail, that generally history may be divided into 3 major periods. As I said, history, it is divided into 3 major periods. What are those 3 major periods? They are prehistoric period, proto-historic period and historic period. In the history of human beings, prehistoric period covers almost 99.9%, but the available evidences to study that ages are not abundant. See, what is the fact is that the history involves almost 99.9% of history that it is history. Prehistoric period covers almost 99.9%. See, among the entire history, the prehistoric period contains almost 99.9%. But what is the reason for not considering it up to 99.9%? The reason is that the evidences are not available, the sources are not available. Therefore, the space given to prehistoric period in the history of mankind is very little. Because sources are not available, because evidences are not available, that is why in the history, prehistoric period is given a very little space or a very little importance, because it does not have any evidences. That is why a very little space is given to this prehistoric period. The criterion used to classify the above three periods is the availability of script or writings. As I said, what is the basis of dividing into three categories, or what is the condition for dividing into three periods, or criteria of dividing in three periods? It is depending upon the writings or depending upon the script. The period in which no record of writings is found is often considered as prehistoric period. Example is Stone Age. As I explained before, the age or the period in which no written records are found is called as what? Prehistoric period. Example for that is Stone Age. The period that has a record of writings but it is not understood by the succeeding ages is known as proto-historic period. That is, of course, written records are there, scripts are there, but not understood by any upcoming periods or ages, not understood by the succeeding ages. Such a period is called as what? Proto-historic period. The period that has a distinct record of writings and can be read and understood by succeeding ages is known as historic period. See what has happened? Those period which has all the written evidences, written script, and can be understood by the upcoming succeeding ages or succeeding periods is called as what? Is called as historic period. Now, let us look after the origin of human beings and development. How human being as origin and what is the development after the origin. Scientists say that Earth was born 4,600 million years ago. See what does scientists say? They say that Earth was born how many million years ago? Not 1 million, 2 million. It is 4,600 million years ago itself Earth was born. What was the first living being appeared on the planet? It was single-celled bacteria called prokaryotes. See, as soon as the Earth was born, what we could find? We could find a single-celled bacteria. The name of that bacteria is what? It is prokaryotes. The first living beings appeared on this planet were single-celled bacteria called prokaryotes. They are single-cell bacteria. The name of those single-cell bacteria is what? Prokaryotes. So what happened? First living being appeared on this planet were single-celled bacteria called prokaryotes. These bacteria were capable of living in the absence of oxygen. See, the prokaryotes, these had the capability of living even in the absence of oxygen. Generally what happens? Even if the oxygen is not there, these single-celled living organisms called prokaryotes have the capability of surviving. They could survive even without oxygen. They used to get necessary energy and nutrients from the environment. How these prokaryotes used to get nutrients, how they used to get energy from the surrounding environment. These prokaryotes got their energy and nutrients. Then some 4,000 to 2,500 million years ago, lichen or algae were seen. See, after these prokaryotes, after some 4,000 to 2,500 million years ago, we could find another type of living organisms called as lichen or algae. These in the future became the source of evolution of plants and animals. These lichen or algae, they became the sources of the further evolution or the further growth of plants and animals. If we consider the world of living beings, fossil evidences of microorganisms as old as 3,500 million years have been traced in Australia. See what has happened. If we consider that living beings like fossil evidences, those bones and all its evidences which has become those fossil evidences of microorganisms, how old they are? They are nearly 3500 million years old, and where we have found that? It is found in Australia. Fossil evidences of microorganisms as old as 2000 million years were found in Sandur Taluk in Karnataka. See, fossil evidences of which organisms? Of microorganisms, and how old they are? They are 2000 million years old, is found in Karnataka, that is in Sandur Taluk in Karnataka. In this road of evolution, 570 million years ago, fishes and other aquatic living beings, apart from these microorganisms, for fishes and other aquatic living beings have a record of 570 million years ago. And then 438 to 408 billion years ago, insects, that is first comes microorganisms, then about fishes and aquatic living beings, then from 438 to 408 billion years ago there is a record of insects, then from 408 to 360 years ago we came about amphibians, and then approximately 320 million years ago reptiles, 248 million years ago dinosaurs, and then 213 million years ago birds and mammals, and again 65 million years ago huge mammals. This is how we got the proof through fossil fuels and then the evolution of these organisms. And 25 million years ago apes got evolved. See, how many years ago? 25 million years ago apes got evolved. 5 million years ago bipeds, and 1.8 million years ago human beings got evolved. So finally what happened? Around 5 million years ago bipeds evolved, and after that 1.8 million years ago human beings got evolved. In this process of evolution, first single celled organisms, see, the series of evolution can be first formed by what? By single celled organisms, that is first comes molluscas, first a single cell organism followed by molluscas, then fishes, plants, insects, amphibians, flying insects, reptiles, birds, mammals, flower bearing plants, grass, apes and bipeds got evolved. This is how we see a series of evolution in the origin of human beings. Some 1.8 million years ago evolution of human being took place. How long years the evolution of human being has taken place? It is just 1.8 million years ago evolution of human beings has been taken place. Human beings whose physical features were similar to modern man first appeared in Africa. See, a human being whose characters or whose features are similar to the present modern man, when we found it, we were similar, was first found in which country? It was first appeared in Africa. It is believed that from there they migrated to various parts of globe and settled there. From Africa, it is believed that they started migrating to each part on the earth and settled on the different parts of the earth. At present, this theory is subjected to lot of criticism. That this theory means the theory that the first future of when the human beings evolved, their future to modern man was first found in Africa, and then these people started moving here and there to the different parts of country and settled there. This theory is now suffering with lots of criticism, in the sense this theory is having a lot of disapproval. People means this what has been, it is not agreed to more extent. So this is about the origin of human beings and their development. They have given a chart here in your textbook where we can see that different stages of evolution among organisms and plants. What is that years? They have given some million years ago, then they have given organisms and also plants. Here we can see some 4000 to 2500 million years ago microorganisms were there and plants such as lichens were there, and again from 2500 million years ago to 570 million years ago we find molluscus in organisms, and in plants we could find algae. After that some 570 million years to 505 million years what happened? Fishes were found, and again from 438 million years to 408 million years ago we could find only insects and plants on earth. Soon after that from 408 million years ago to 360 million years ago we could find amphibians in organisms, and in terms of plants we could find ferns and algae. Soon after that from 320 million years ago to 248 million years ago only reptiles could be seen. After that from 248 to 213 million years ago dinosaurs were seen, and after that birds and mammals were seen. Like that as we went on, bigger mammals were seen, apes. Here in terms of plants, flowering plants and grasses were found, and then apes, bipeds, and lastly around 1.8 million years ago we could see human beings had evolved. There are three different stages in prehistoric period. See, we studied about prehistoric period, protohistoric period and historic period. How we have classified depending on what criteria? Depending on the existence of writing or script. And we also seen what, or we also have studied about the origin of human beings and their development. How living beings origined just from a single celled living organism called prokaryotes. From there to 1.8 million years ago we could find human beings, and from that soon after that what they have given, this prehistoric period is again classified into how many periods, into how many stages? It has been classified into 3 stages. We can further explain that 3 different stages in prehistoric period. 3 different stages in prehistoric period. What are those 3 different stages? The first one is Paleolithic stage. The second one is Mesolithic. And third one is Neolithic stage. These are the 3 different stages of prehistoric period. First let us focus on Paleolithic age. What it is? First one is Paleolithic age. Let us study about this age. What it is given? This period is the beginning stage of human history. What has happened? This Paleolithic age, this is the history, or this is the beginning stage of human history. We can say it as beginning of human history, or what we can say, this period is the beginning of this period is the beginning of, or we can say beginning stage of human history. From here we can find the history of human beings. Human beings of this period lived upon fruits. See, human beings, for their survival, for their energy, they lived on, as we eat food now, like that they used to live on fruits during this Paleolithic age. And they used to depend, or they used to live on fruits, edible plants. Edible plants means those plants that is eatable plants, and then tubers, etc. Tubers in the sense small round plants which can be grown underground, like that of potatoes and all. They used to eat that. And how were they people at this Paleolithic age? Being nomadic in nature, they lived in caves and rock shelters. Being nomadic in the sense, they used to go on roaming, they used to go on walking without any purpose and stay wherever they want. This nature is called as what? Nomadic nature, in search of food and all. They made variety of simple stone tools like scrapers, knives, cleavers, burins and microliths from quartzite and flint. Means scrapers in the sense those like what tools which just help to remove the scraps, and then the knives and cleavers, burins and microliths means those sharpened tools made up of quartzite and flint. They used large leaves and bark of trees as clothes. See, human beings of Paleolithic age, what they used? They used large leaves, huge leaves and bark of the trees as clothes to cover their body. Fruits, edible plants, tubers were not available in all seasons. See what used to happen? For the human beings during this Paleolithic age, fruits, edible plants and tubers that were not available in all the seasons. In the last stage of Paleolithic age, they learned hunting and fishing for food. See, at the end of this Paleolithic age, human beings, they learned hunting and also they learned fishing for food. They learned to control fire. See, human beings at the end of Paleolithic age learned to control the fire. Important sites of these ages are, see, important places or important sites of this age, that is about the Paleolithic age. They have given some names. Let us read. What are those? Balan Valley in Uttar Pradesh, Hunasgi and Baichbal in Karnataka, Kurnool and Amravati in Andhra Pradesh, Attirampakkam in Tamil Nadu, etc. These are a few sites of Paleolithic age or few sites during Paleolithic age. Generally, the period between 5 lakh years and 12,000 years ago is recognized as Paleolithic age. What we can say as a Paleolithic age? Between 5 lakh years and 12,000 years ago is recognized as Paleolithic age. Now let us focus on the next, which is Mesolithic age. Mesolithic age, very simple. The age between Paleolithic and Neolithic age, we call it as Mesolithic age. This is the period between Paleolithic and Neolithic age. As I said, it is the age between Paleolithic and Neolithic age. Hence, it is called as Mesolithic age. During this period, human beings started using small tools that were more efficient than the bigger ones. See what happened? Human beings started using small tools. As in that of Paleolithic age, they were using huge tools, but until they reached to the Mesolithic age, what happened? They improvised, they evolved and started using small tools rather than using bigger one. Hence this period is called as what? Microlithic age. Since they started using these smaller tools, Mesolithic age is also called as what? It is called as Microlithic age. These smaller tools were fixed to a wooden handle and used as spears while hunting. What they started doing? These smaller tools they fixed on the wooden hands just to hold, and they started using them as weapons like for hunting. They were also gathering wild nuts. The food was not available continuously. Many a times they had endured hunger. They started gathering those wild nuts, and since food was not available in all the seasons, sometime they remained hunger, or sometime they continue to be hunger. Why? Because food was not available in all the seasons. They found a way out. They started rearing animals that were wounded during hunting, or rearing the offsprings that were found during hunting. What happened? These people they started rearing animals like those animals which got hurt or wounded during hunting. They started rearing those, or the offsprings, those which got hurt, or those offsprings which they got during the hunting period. These people started rearing those animals. These animals were the secured sources of food for them. See what happened? Then these reared animals, they started becoming a source of food for the human beings. At which age? At this Mesolithic age. This slowly led to animal husbandry. From this age, it became that animal husbandry means rearing of animals. The Mesolithic human beings roamed around in search of food for themselves and their animals. See, during this age of Mesolithic, these human beings they roamed here and there in search of food for themselves and for the reared animals. Wherever they stayed, they used to draw pictures on the rocks that were used as their shelters. See what happened? Wherever they used to stay, they started carving picture or drawing pictures on the stones which they used as shelters. Animal hide was used as their dress. To cover their body, they used the skin of animal as dress. They knew fire and its utilizers. See, until the age of this Mesolithic age, people or human beings they had understood the fire and its utilizers. They have given a few of the sites of this Mesolithic age. Let us know which are those sites. They are Bhimbetka and Adamgar of Madhya Pradesh, Brahmgiri and Kanaganahalli of Karnataka, Bagur and Ganeshwar of Rajasthan, Birbanpur of West Bengal, Vanpasari of Andhra Pradesh, Sarai Nahar Rai and Mahada of Uttar Pradesh. These are few important places of this Neolithic or Mesolithic age. Mesolithic period was between 12,000 and 9,000 years ago from now. What was the Mesolithic age? From 12,000 to 9,000 years ago from now this present age. Next comes is Neolithic age. After Mesolithic, it is about Neolithic age. What is about Neolithic age? Since the Mesolithic human beings were into animal husbandry, they often faced shortage of food for themselves and for their animals. See what happened during this Mesolithic human beings, what they did? They were on to animal husbandry, and that is why what was their problem? They remained hunger, that is human beings, they also remained hunger. Along with them the reared animals, they also started remaining hunger. So these people started producing their crops, started producing their own food during Neolithic age. So these people, what they did, they started producing their own food. How they started producing their own food? They started cultivating crops on the alluvial soil on the banks of the river. See what they did, they started cultivating the crops. Where they started cultivating the crops? On the alluvial soil near the banks of the river, because to cultivate crop one needs water, right? That is why they started growing crops on the banks of the river. Agriculture provided food to them and fodder to their animals. Agriculture not only gave food to the human beings but also started giving, or this cultivation of crops, it started giving food to human beings as well as fodder to the animals. This enabled them to settle in one place, leaving aside the life of wanderers. See, until this Mesolithic age, human beings wandered here and there, but in the period of, or in this Neolithic age, they stopped roaming here and there for their food. Instead, they stayed aside and started cultivating crops. Like this, agriculture became the first step in the direction of civilization and culture. Like this, in this Neolithic age, agriculture became the first step of what? First step in the direction of civilization and culture. The first evidence of agriculture in India subcontinent is found in Mehergarh of present Pakistan. First agriculture evidence where we find in India, that is right now it is present in the Pakistan, where it is, that is Mehergarh of present Pakistan. While the people here constructed houses of sun-dried bricks for living, the people residing in Burzom of Kashmir dug underground shelters. See, people here they what use? They used sun-dried stones or bricks to construct their home. But that people who are residing in Burzom of Kashmir, they started digging underground shelters. They started living in the undergrounds. When they faced the problems of storing the grains produced, they manufactured handmade pottery. See, there is human beings, they started cultivating crops. Once the crops were cultivated, they started suffering of some problems of storage of these grains. So, to store these grains, they started making what? They started making handmade potteries, mud-made pots to store those grains. Later on, after the introduction of wheel, the manufacturing of different types and varieties of pots became easy. Once wheel was introduced, manufacturing of different types and different varieties of pots started manufacturing, and it was became easy also. The stone tools were sharpened and used. What happened? Still here in this age, the stone tools, they were sharpened and used. Sanganakallu of Ballari was one such center of stone tools. See, what was one name, one example they have given of center of stone tool. What is that example? Sanganakallu of Ballari. They were using hand axe and other tools made out of bone. They also started using those axe which were made of bone. The evidences of Neolithic age. See now, the evidences of Neolithic age is found in different places. What are those places? They are Banahalli, Brahmagiri, Budiyad, Halur, Piklihad, T. Narasipura, Utnur of Karnataka and Chirand of Bihar. These are some different places where we can find the evidences of this Neolithic age. The period of Neolithic age is usually fixed in between, what is the period of this Neolithic age then? In between 9,000 and 5,000 years ago from now. So students, here we have studied about what? We studied about how is the history divided into three periods, That is, after dividing them into 3 periods, we studied about origin of human beings and their development. After that, what we have studied? We have studied how prehistoric period is divided into 3 ages, that is in Paleolithic age, Mesolithic age and Neolithic age. I hope now you have understood this history and this different ages. In our next session, we are going to study few more ages or few more periods related to the evolution of human beings and their development. Thank you.